Wondering if now is the right time to buy into the London property market if you live abroad? Well, the answer is yes. So stay tuned and check out this video as I'm going to give you all the reasons why you should be investing now. Hi everyone, I'm Arinzeh with Onyx Property Consultants and Keller Williams. I am a London-based property agent and I love helping my clients with all of their real estate needs. I particularly like working with international buyers who need extra hand-holding to discover the property market, discovering the best areas of London, and making sure they know all the steps that they're going to need to find that perfect property and to secure it for the right price. In this video, we're talking about why now is a great time for international buyers to consider coming into the London property market. I put out weekly videos on my YouTube channel about the London property market and living in this fabulous city, so make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss an episode. Since we're still in the middle of the coronavirus and it has many of us locked and stuck inside indoors, it means that we've had very few transactions, certainly in the months of March and April, and May opened up as well. But it does have people wondering if the London property market will be collapsing anytime soon. With fewer buyers and some of them willing to live outside of London to get more space, now that they've realized that they can actually work remotely from home, it might mean that fewer buyers will continue to be in the market. Many might seek a more open space, better value for money, good schools, and a lifestyle that is more rural. However, they're definitely going to have to balance it with some practical considerations with something as simple as broadband service reaching remote places, which has actually been a challenge in many remote areas of the UK. So while some might be seeking to move outside of London or hold off, equally there will be those who are looking to jump in and take advantage of reduced property prices and the opportunity to buy in London, particularly international buyers. So in this video, I'm going to explore why this is a great time for international buyers, and make sure to stay till the end to hear which particular country might be benefiting the most right now. So why is this important? Well, just for context, in 2019, 55% of real estate in prime central London was sold to international buyers, so they heavily influenced the London property market. Now let's get a little bit of historical context to keep in mind. Back during the 2008-2009 financial crisis, when many were saying that the London property market would collapse, yet within months it was rebounding and surpassed previous highs. Over the past 10 years, UK average house prices has risen 38%, but in Greater London that figure is around 73%, and that's with the cloud of Brexit, which is overhung for the last 3 of those years. It's really important that the fundamentals of any industry is considered, and that's in essence supply and demand. And in London has a chronic housing shortage that it's not meeting. The government's own plan indicates that 65,000 new units per year are needed to meet demand, yet London was consistently under-delivered with only 40,000 new units being delivered in 2019. This means that owning a property in London will continue to appreciate as the overall demand for housing is still high. There are other key criteria and dynamics that make London very unique and appealing. And the first one is time zone. London is located on the Greenwich Meridian, so markets in Asia and the US are reachable during working hours. It's said that you can conduct business in London 18 out of 24 hours a day. As an island, it also has a natural defense system and borders. It's politically and legally stable and has been for hundreds of years. Rule of law is recognized here and contracts are legally binding. London has an excellent school and education system. While there are too many to name, make sure to check out my video on the top schools in London for expats so you can find out more. I'll have a link below, and you can actually also click in the link above. In addition, London has tremendous cultural appeal. London's have so many cultural options. While we've been under lockdown, many of us are missing and really appreciating how much London has to offer in terms of incredible museums, theater, music venues, and live entertainment. Another interesting dynamic is appeal to older residents. In the past, you could have argued that people wanted to escape the city to have a very idyllic countryside and quiet lifestyle. But what we're also seeing now is that there's a trend for developments of 55 and over communities, showing that seniors do want to be in the city. They want access to all the arts and culture. They perhaps want to be close to their adult children, and they want access to great transport and also health institutions that are available in the city. So that's a really interesting dynamic that's shifting. So are you thinking about buying in London as an international buyer? Make sure to leave me a message in the comment below and ask me any questions you might have about the London property market. If you are thinking about buying in London, make sure to get my free London buying guide where I lay out all the key steps you're going to need to understand in the buying process. I'll have a link in the description box below to this video. Another key element you're going to want to consider if you're an international buyer buying into the London property market is the foreign exchange rate of currencies. The British pound remains very weak relative to other key currencies as worries over Brexit talks continue. The pound is trading at 1.1050 against the euro during the end of June, which is at the low range of its trading band. In addition, the pound to the US dollar is around 1.23, which is also at the low end of its range historically. In addition, mortgage rates are historically low, so leveraging your investment through a mortgage definitely seems like a wise thing to do. Another key factor that you're definitely going to want to keep in mind if you are an international buyer is that this past March, the government announced an additional 2% stamp duty surcharge for any non-UK residents buying into the London property market. It takes effect in April 2021, so you're definitely going to want to take advantage and buy into the property market now in 2020 and beat that stamp duty additional surcharge that takes effect in April 2021. And this is on top of the additional 3% stamp duty surcharge that you're subject to if you're purchasing an additional home or buy-to-let investment. So as you can see, the fundamentals of buying London property remain sound, and yet now there are additional incentives that you're going to want to take advantage of to beat certain dynamics that are happening in the market right now. So which foreign country may best benefit from buying into the London property market? The answer is the residents of Hong Kong. Hong Kong buyers are poised to increase their already active purchases in London with the recent Prime Minister announcement that he's willing to put them on a route to citizenship in the UK. This affects 2.85 million people who live in the region currently, as about 350,000 people hold British national overseas passports, and another 2.5 million are eligible for them. There are multiple dynamics that make investing in the London property market very appealing to Hong Kongers right now. There's political unrest at home, the weakness of the sterling, falling London property prices, the government's pledge to impose an extra tax on foreign property buyers from April 2021, and now the promise of extended visa rights and possible citizenship has led to a big rise in inquiries and sales. Investing in the London property market is something that's very familiar to many Hong Kongers, as 15% of residential sales above 1 million in prime central London since the general election in December 12, 2019 have been to buyers from Hong Kong, and they account for 20% of deals above 10 million. They are one of the most active international buyers in the London property market, and according to the Office for National Statistics, own 98,725 homes in the capital already. I hope this video has shown that the fundamentals of the London property market remain very strong, and also for many international buyers relative to their own domestic issues, it's very appealing to invest internationally. You could argue that the case for foreign nationals who live in countries that have their own domestic issues will definitely want to diversify, and we've seen that in the case of many wealthy internationals. No matter where they've made their money, international property holdings and real estate diversification is definitely a key part of their net worth and international exposure. So if you're thinking about buying in the London property market, whether you live overseas or actually here in the UK, make sure to leave me a comment below and hit that like button if you've liked the content of this video. I've also got a super helpful London buying guide that gives you all the steps you'll need to find the perfect home. I'll have a link in the description below. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure to check out the other videos on my YouTube channel where I feature the London property market and showing off all the fabulous things to do in this city. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss a thing. So that's Arinzeh with Onyx Property Consultants and Keller Williams. Bye for now.